Great story there.
Really great story. So you're keeping track of some rain, fog. Actually, it's a little bit of, it's interesting tower cam on Queen Anne right now because there's like low clouds or fog and then you've got the sun. And
it's a little eerie sight out there. Yeah, we were talking about the potential for fog earlier this morning on King and on Kong. And yeah, we saw a little bit of everything today. But one thing that we did not see, rain. Yeah, first day in a while where we've actually been rain-free. And today's going to be kicking off a nice extended dry streak of weather where we really don't have any rain in the forecast through the weekend and probably through a good chunk of next week as well. As Mimi has been mentioning, yeah, we do have some fog that's still around there this morning. Still a lot of moisture near the ground because of the rainfall we've seen over the last couple of days. Nights are longer. This time of year, we're losing about 3 minutes of daylight every single day, and the sun just doesn't have enough energy to really burn off this fog to help us see more sunshine. So yeah, kind of eerie shots from the Salties on Alki camera. You can see it from Bonnie Lake, a little clearer picture. We didn't see a whole lot of fog in this neck of the woods with more clearing expected. You could see some blue sky up there, and yes, we will see more in the way of blue sky over the next couple of days, especially once we get into the upcoming weekend. Next 12 hours look like this. We'll see more sunshine. Temperatures with the sunshine will be topping out in the lower 60s and a slight warming trend as we head deeper into the weekend. This weekend, temperatures will be back in the mid 60s for highs. A couple degrees warmer than average. You might notice it, you might not, but I think it's going to be pretty pleasant. Outside, you can certainly see not a whole lot happening. Radar is pretty clean. Satellite just shows a couple of mid and high level clouds buzzing on through. A weak and mostly dry weather system is shifting overhead, but overall a dry forecast. High pressure, which is just off the coast right now, is not going anywhere anytime soon. This high pressure ridge is actually going to help to divert any weather system well away from us. So I'm going to push this all the way through Saturday morning. A couple of weather systems slipping through British Columbia, but well away from us. We should see morning clouds, at least morning fog, leading to afternoon sunshine. And not a whole lot's going to change even as we head into next week. I'm really not sure when our next chance for rain is going to be, and that's a pretty honest statement there. Here's your weekend sneak peek. We should see sunshine both Saturday and Sunday. The wind right at the surface is actually going to be turning more offshore or from east to west. And with that, I'm thinking less in the way of fog. That should lead to more sunshine and slightly warmer temperatures. No 70s, but mid 60s. Will actually feel rather nice. Let's take you up in the mountains. This is Mission Ridge, a recent shot. Notice they saw some snowfall from the last system that moved overhead. The snow level right now is near, or the freezing level, I should say, is near about 7,000 feet. Partly sunny sky up in the mountains. It should be rather snow and rain free for the most part. Upper 40s to lower 50s for highs, and the snow level is expected to rise back up near about 10,000 feet as we head into the latter part of the week and into the weekend. High temperatures today across western Washington, upper 50s to lower 60s. That's pretty much going to be a common theme over the next couple of days. Low 60s for highs. I do think we will see more clearing tonight. That should lead to more foggy conditions as we head into Thursday morning and Friday morning. So morning commuters, that's what you will contend with over the next couple of days. Sunshine this weekend, and look at the sunshine and 60s continue as we head into next week. And considering that it's been pretty wet through the first week or so of October, now we're reverting back to our drier roots, I guess.